What's happening, YouTube? So I 122 is back with some more YGO Pro shenanigans. It's been about 7 months since I actually made a video. My most recent video was a Project C video, which is kind of like me restarting the channel for like the third time. But anyways, the way I plan on doing the channel for now is like every week or so I'm going to do a project video. The decks in the project may not really be related to the title because I just kind of have like a whole bunch of random ideas and just want to throw them all out there. But anyway, I'm going to do a project video that's going to showcase about 4 or 5 decks, and then you guys can like tell me in the comments which one you want to see a deck profile for. The one for the last project video was the last deck in the video, the Angels and Demons deck, so that one's going to be one profile for you. I'm actually really hyped that this one won because this is my favorite deck I've ever wanted to play, and I already have a retarded amount of recordings for it. So you guys can look forward to watching all the replays after the deck profile. But anyways, let's get into it. First card we have is Labradorite Dragon. Him and Flameville Guard, they go with the Hieratic monsters. And then we have the card the deck was based around, which is DDD Dragon King Pendragon. And good God, like this deck was like, I started making this around the Monarch era when Monarchs are like running everything. And this card right here was like single-handedly destroying Monarchs. Like its effect, it comes out the main deck. It's a main deck monster, so it's good to special summon a big monster from the main deck. It can boost its attack to 500, so it'll be like 3100 attack just by discarding a card, and we have a lot of discard fodder for it. And then on top of that, when it discards a card, you get to pop a spell and trap. So I can summon this, pop domain, get 500 attack, swing over a monarch, then I can go into my extra deck and like just lock them down with a whole bunch of ridiculous extra deck monsters. And oh yeah, by the way, all my decks will be TCG. I don't really do OCD stuff yet. I'm just gonna do TCG. Be like one of the few TCG YouTubers that does creative stuff. Anyways, next few we have the Hieratic engine. We have 2 Sue, and then 3 Teftonwit, and then 1 Esset. Esset's mainly here because if I have to go first and I can't special summon him, I can just search out Esset, normal summon, use Sue, and then do shenanigans like that. And then go along with Hieratics, we have Tongue Twister, which is a fiend. And Tongue Twister also pairs very well with him because I have to discard a fiend and a dragon type monster to special summon him, so I'll have to tribute them. So Tongue Twister, if I tribute summon him and then he goes to the graveyard by synchro summon or something, I get to draw 2 cards, which is awesome for draw power and maintaining hand advantage. Then we have Dragard to go with the Hieratic engine. He's mainly in here because Ray Raptor Ultimate Falcon, I need to have out to that, and this Corrupted Nethersoul Dragon has 4k attack, can be destroyed by battle. Just summon him, make him right quick, and just destroy the Ultimate Falcon. It's very useful. Next we have Level Eater. Level Eater is just a very beautiful card to have. He's a Scar Fighter for Dragard, and also he makes it easier to do several single summon plays and also some rank 1 plays that this deck can do, which is pretty weird. But he's staple, cannot drop this card ever. Just love him. We have 1 DDD Necro Slime for going for the fusion summon for the DDD monster, which is very useful. That helps kind of like heal my life points back from paying with the DDD search card. We have 2 Saffira. I don't know why YGO Pro hasn't updated this. This is the TCG card. It is released in America. And Saffira, basically, when he's tributed, I get to draw 1 card. And then while he's in the graveyard, if a monster be destroyed by battle, I can banish him. So he provides protection to my field. And also, if I like use DDD Pendragon on like a Hieratic and him, I don't even go negative. Hieratic replaces itself, and it's just lets me draw a card. So that's just really useful. And then also he's level 1, so he kind of pairs with the rank 1 engine. Then we have Chain Resonator and Synchron Resonator and Mirror Resonator. Basically, you know how it works. Normal summon Chain, get 2 resonators from the deck. Well, you normal summon Chain, they get 1 resonator from the deck, and then they really help with the Red Dragon Archfiend engine that I'm running. And also kind of helps out for going for Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon and also rank 1 plays, which is really, really useful. Also, they allow me to go into Formula Synchron by pairing them with like Level Eater or Necro Slime or something like that, because you get more free pluses. The Mirror Resonator is also a light monster, which is useful, and it doesn't mind going to the graveyard but from being sent by him. So that's amazing. Also, you got special summon him from the graveyard if my opponent controls the extra deck monster, which is useful for, going for recovery plays if I need to. Next we go into the Ritual engine, which is 2 Safira, Queen of Dragons, which pairs very well with Hieratics, as you all know. And also pairs well with the Dragon King Pendragon, because if I have Safira on the field and I special summon him, by tributing like a Hieratic or a Mirror Resonator, or I discard one of these cards with him, at the end phase I'll be able to activate this thing's effect, which is good for like drawing cards or just like take a card on my opponent's hand. And next we have one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards of all time, Relinquished. This was like the first virtual monster I ever had in real life, and good lord, it is so fun to use. It's not really good because it targets, but it's easy removal. It goes to the rank 1 engine as well, and just it's a pretty good card, especially with the protection from Hymn of Light and then relinkuriboh. It can kind of stay on the field and suck up multiple monsters. And also I can use this card right here, and destroy relinquishes the tactics material if he's still in the field and then suck up another monster. So that's more awesome synergy there. Then we have pre-preparations of rights to search out my ritual monsters and their spells. Easy +1. Then we have one resonator call to search out the resonators as they are needed. Then we have 3 hieratic seal convocation for the hieratic monsters. 1 foolish burial for sending stuff like level eater, the DDD necro slime, maybe a kuriboh if I needed there, or just to get this out the deck so I don't have to worry about drawing these. Then, Black Illusion Ritual and Hymn of Light for relinquished and saffira respectively. Then we have 1 twin twister for back row removal if need be. Then we have to come in with the Dark Gate to search out my DDD Dragon King Pendragon and Necro Slime. And we have 1 Vanity's Emptiness because fuck everybody. Just play this card, you can't do nothing. There's no Yu-Gi-Oh for you. Anyways, on to the extra deck. Surprisingly, this deck has, the extra deck space is just retarded. You can just have so much versatility in the extra deck. You can go into, outs for everything. It's really, really amazing. Let's go left to right. So we have 1 Ghost Trick Dullahan. I probably will be replacing this with the Prediction Princess monster. Not the Prediction Princess, the Sylvan Princess Sprite when it's TCG. I'm not sure if it's here yet. But Dullahan is really good. Just half a monster's attack, and I can swing over it with anything else I have on the field at the time. So that's useful. Then we have M7. M7 is useful for bouncing monsters on the field or just getting stuff back to my hand for future plays. 1 Utopia Beyond. Just, summon him, make everything 0, and then go for an OTK. Because this deck can OTK. It can either OTK you or lock you down. It's like an aggro control deck. So it's basically perfect for my playstyle. However, I rarely make these cards, but I do having an option to make them is very nice. Next we have 1 Formula Synchron for going for helps when I'm going for the Tricia play with Level Eater. It also just gives me that free +1. We have our 1 level 7 Synchro Moonlight Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. Summon him. Really good against Blue Eye. That just forces them to bounce their shit back to their hand. And on top of that, I can synchro up with this into a Crystal Wing. And also, it's a target for special summoning off of Sulkin. We have 1 Sideframe Lord Omega. This card is very good for, recycling my banished Mirror Resonator or recycling the DDD engine. If he stays on the field long enough, I can put DDD Necro Slime in that back. And then when he gets destroyed, I can re-special summon my D-Arc by putting him back into the deck with his second effect in Grave. He also recycles my Sakuribo and stuff, so he's just really useful card. This is the OCG card. When this card drops in TCG, this deck will be so much better because it can make DDD Curse King Siegfried hella easily. Literally, all I need is just DDD Dragon King Pendragon, a Hieratic monster, and any fiend type, and I can make him easily. But until he comes to TCG, you can just throw in a Duels or something like that just while you're waiting for him, or some other level 8 synchro. Then we have Red Dragon Archfiend Scarrite. He's part of the Red Dragon Archfiend engine. We need the original one. This one treats his name as original one, and he's probably the best one. Destroys all special summon monsters, and then does 500 damage, and also attack. So he's really useful for comeback plays. 1 Trishula, because we can also make Trishula extra easily, and that's always great, having this out untargetable monsters. Then we have 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, because you need this card. And then we have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. You already know what he does. Negate monster and spell effects on the field. Once returned, also gets spells to summon back tuners. This card is really useful for actually extending plays. After I special summon my tuner back, I can just continue to go off in my main phase 2 and lock my opponent down. It's not uncommon to end the field with Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss and Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon and Sulkin. I think something even if you have a really good hand, you're gonna see it in one of the replays. I opened up Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon and then Curse King Siegfried, and then the next turn I dropped all the Red Dragon Archfiends on the field as well and just absolutely destroyed my opponent. Then we have the bigger Red Dragon Archfiend, Bane. He works really well with Hieratics when he does distributing effect. Just get more stuff out of my deck and graveyard. Just big cycle of love. And also, he's useful for going into this Nether Soul Dragon if I need to out of synchroning up from Hot Ring Abyss. Because I can just special summon back Abyss after I make my Nether Soul with Synchron Resonator and him. And then we have 1 Sulkin. One thing I like about this deck is that it's not really reliant on Sulkin. Sulkin just kind of makes it easier. I can make Crystal Wing without Sulkin. Same with everything else. He just makes stuff so much easier to do. And then 1 DDD Oracle King Dark, just easy, more damage from the graveyard, helps with OTKs. And then on to the extra side deck, we have 2 Royal Decrees, and because of Lithium, everybody's playing 3 Solemn Strike and 1 Warning, which is the most annoying thing ever. Then we have 2 Mass Chain Second. Oh, no offense to Lithium, he's an epic YouTuber, I love his channel, but just, God, I hate Solemn. Then we have 2 Mass Chain Second, and 1 Dark Law, because, Dark Law win battles on his own. And we have a lot of dark targets in here for Dark Law. And also, we don't mind discarding cards because we keep hand advantage up with Safira and Tone Twister and whatnots, and this card as well. Then we have 1 Twin Twister for your more back row destruction if you need it. Then we have 2 Pendulum Storm to just get to destroy I get to destroy my opponent's Pendulum Scale and then destroy some back row, which is really good. And it's not mandatory to destroy back row, so that makes this card even better. Then we have 1 Duracle and 1 Raigeki for like clearing boards. This is like just ABCs or whatever. When they set up something really huge, just Raigeki and just nope the hell out their board. Then we have 1 Stardust Warrior. Very, very good card. For like this is for the Pendulum matchup. He's easy to make as well. Literally, if I have I can make like Safira Mode Omega with DDD and him, and then I can like either use Chain Resonator and Level Eater or something like that, or I can just like special summon out Synchron Resonator and normal summon a level 1 monster, go for the Formula Synchron, and sync up into him, and use him to lock out my opponent's special summon, so I can kind of shut down Pendulum mechanics with that. Then we have 2 Maxi for like going against special summon heavy decks, and then the mandatory Kaiju in the side deck for breaking boards. And fortunately, they have the Fiend type Kaiju, so even if he's in hand or don't need to use him, he's discard fighter for Dragon King Pendragon. Also, because he's level 7, I can use Level Eater to make him a level 6 for Sulkin or, rank 6 plays. So that's the deck for you guys. And from here, I'm just going to leave you guys with some replays so you can watch the deck and action some more. So everyone, 1212, signing out.